hate Trey Young coming in. He seems to thrive against the Raptors. He's probably going to put up 45 or something against us tonight. Um,
I think
but
everybody thrives when they see the Raptors. I think that everybody salivates when they see our. I don't know what it is. I
yeah,
think they like dinosaur meat or something. Jeez.
I know we should be the ones. But anyway, we'll get there again.
That's right. We should be clawing away, but we're not clawing for some reason.
Yes, yes. Welcome, Toronto Raptor fans from around the world, to the Raptors in black and white. This is our weekly recap and sort of look ahead to the games that have been and the games that are to be. We've got Head Swag in the house and yours truly, Slang. Here to discuss a not so great week in Toronto Raptorland. We had the beginning of the week start with the Houston Rockets. We've had three losses. Rather than recap all, let's just jump into each one. The Houston Rockets come in. Mr. Fred VanVleet is returning. Now he doesn't show up. He ends up with two, but Dylan Brooks, our Canadian boy, comes in and gets 27 against us. Anyway, brutal. Tons of free throws too. He was at the line like 13 of 14, which just crazy. The
Yeah,
refs.
he plays a physical game, and his physicality for our big guys, the way they're playing right now, I can imagine that's the reason why his stat book is looking the way it is.
Yeah, he was taking it to a couple of Raptors. He had Grady Dick in a little bit of a funk, I think, and even Jacoby Walter. He was really going after the rookie, racking up free throws. I mean, Amin Thompson comes off the bench and does okay. Now, and then that game for us, though, speaking of Jacoby Walter, he suddenly breaks out, but Scotty Barnes disappears. Scotty Barnes ends up with six. But suddenly Jacoby Walter breaks out and has a career high. I mean, obviously, when you're a rookie, it's funny you're going to constantly be
Yeah,
getting.
Scotty Barnes jacking up 0 for 8 or 9 threes that game doesn't help the situation. Why is our big guy not crashing in? If the outside game ain't working, why ain't you going inside and mixing it up? I don't know. Maybe I was thinking he was feeling hot, well, maybe when he was warming up, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how he ends up with the green light for that long. I mean, Scotty, I understand you want to add the 3-point shot to your game, especially the way the NBA is, until they end up changing it, which it sounds like there's a lot of pressure coming to maybe change some of the rules with all these threes being jacked up there. But yeah, he was clanking them all over the place. And it's like, Scotty, go work on your three in practice. Because there's been a few games in a row, even last week, there were a couple that I felt, he was trying to do the ISO ball thing at the end and take it to the hole. You've got the
He's got the
physicality,
length. He could
the
just go
width.
take 2 steps and go like this, and I don't know why he doesn't want to do that. I don't know. I'm like, he just wants to sit up there and jack threes. I don't know if there's a bonus on threes or something this month or something, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're giving him extra air miles or something. But no, even from the floor, he was 2 of 15. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if Scotty Barnes is going to only get 6 points, Raptors don't have the best shot of winning. Because there were some other positives in that game too. Boucher came off the bench with 15, which again,
That's
I'm
correct.
liking Boucher getting back into the flow and he was efficient. Jameson Battle, they used him properly and had him, 3 of 5 from 3 points. Uh,
Yeah.
and then even Jamal Shed had a decent outing with 11 points. But yeah,
Yeah,
Scotty
but
and
you can't
Mogbo.
you can't have your star out the way he was though, man. You can't have a guy jacking up that much threes, only producing that much, and then not even assist. How many assists did what's his name have?
Yeah,
I don't
four,
know.
four.
So
Yeah,
yeah, like
no, you're right. He didn't even.
give me a jersey. Damn it, I could have went out there and did the same thing, if not better. Jeez.
Yes, and then I mean again, no RJ and no all the other cast of characters that are out for us
That are out forever.
in that game too. So yeah, it's sad, but we actually came out and kicked their butts in the first quarter, and even at halftime, I think it was either tied or it was within 1 point, and it felt like Raptors could be in control. We could maybe take this one. We slipped a little bit in the third quarter, and then We just never were able to recover in the end. And I
Yeah,
hate
we
feeling
just
that.
we have a problem playing for four quarters all season. It just seems like by halftime we fizz out. I don't know what it is. They must be putting something in our water. But if we could get guys to play for four quarters or even turn up, start off even slow and turn up even at the end, I think that would even work as a better measure for the Raptors.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, I think it's the multiple lineups, and I think it's a bunch of rookies playing as well. I still, anyway, we all know that if we could ever get quickly and RJ and everybody back in the same game, because we touched on it quickly, the starters for that game were Mogbo, Barnes, Agbaji, Walter, and Dick. Again, great to have Walter get a career high in a start, but then we come back against the Knicks in MSG, which I hate when the broadcasters all reference that as the most famous arena. I guess they could maybe have that credit because it's the most famous active arena, but I still think maybe MSG or MSG Maple Leaf Gardens has the title. I mean, the first NBA game ever was played there, and it was the Toronto Huskies against the New York Knicks. But anyway, sorry, I digress. I just wanted to crowbar that in there because I'm constantly seeing them when, especially the American broadcasters, talking about Madison Square Garden, which isn't even really that nice of an arena either. I've been there, but we come back with Mogbo, Barnes, Barrett, hoping that he would really break out against the Knicks, but he only was so-so. And then Agbaji
Yep.
and Dick is our starting lineup there.
Yeah, yep. And then another, like you said, we start off with another mix and end up with another mix on the bad side. So these Raps, they really gotta. I don't know. It's looking like it's gonna be a very long season. Jeez.
Yes, yes. I meant to say that at the intro that we're celebrating now that the days are getting longer with the winter solstice, and it's really feeling like the Raptors season is getting longer. It's getting more painful because again, yeah, Mogbo starting. I'm not sure why they're doing that. Maybe it's for development. I don't think that if we're trying to get wins, that he should necessarily be starting. Agbaji had a horrible game with only 4 points because Scotty Barnes actually bounces back from his six with
And
24. Decent.
Abaji's just his inconsistency once again. He'll give us 14 or 20 points one game, and then he's back down to 4 points and 2 assists the next game. We gotta no matter what day it is, give or take, you gotta give us something consistent. You know what I mean? And all
Something.
these guys, except for RJ Barrett, has always put up points. RJ's given us 27 to at least 35 points every game.
Oh yeah, no, RJ is becoming my. I'm consistently saying he's becoming my favorite Raptor. But yeah, Agbaji. I mean, maybe that's why Indiana gave up on him is that they couldn't get the consistency that they wanted because he certainly has flashes and you do live and die by the three. I mean, he was 0 for 4 from three, but again, Boucher, decent game off the bench was 16, and Jacoby Walter, sort of reinforced his breakout start game with another 16. So positives from him. I not that I was a hater or anything, but I just was more like a show me what you can do there, Jacoby. And he's had a couple of signs where I actually think he can create, his own shot, and he seems to have a decent touch.
Yeah, he does. He does, most definitely. But we need a touch that could go over the edge. And I know, like you said, being that they're young guys, they're just getting their feet wet. It's nice to know that they're getting their feet wet, but they got to show and prove right now. It's about getting that W, and we want that W, young, old, or you know how it goes.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we're ever gonna. Obviously, we've already said RJ out here and there. Who know different starters in and out. No quickly though yet. No, Jakob Poeltl is really the one that I think we're missing the most because we end up in a game against Memphis, and again a Canadian coming in, Zach Edey, torching us with 21. But once again, a different lineup. So we got Kelly Olynyk starting this one at center. Again, I think that's a better way to try to win than starting Mogbo necessarily. Um, but we're not able to do it. I mean, it seemed like there was no defense because you look at the box score, the Raptors actually had decent points, but and to end up with 126, but Memphis had 155. Like,
155. Yeah,
yeah, I know. Was there
yeah.
anybody trying to stop, Ja and the crew? I think that at the end of the third quarter, it was like 121 to 100. I actually had to do a double take. Like, wait, there's still another quarter to play.
That's right.
Yeah,
It was crazy, I know. To see when I woke up and seen 155, I was like, what game are we playing here? Jeez. So like you
Yeah.
said, I think they just let them loose, and it was a Jack Up City game, one of those.
Yes, I mean they had not one single high score. They really just moved it around. Jaron Jackson had 21. Zach Edey already, as we said, had 21. John Morant only had 15, but then Bain had 19. Wells has 17. Off the bench, they've got Clark with 11. They've got Kennard with 15 and Pippen Jr. with 15. Yeah, he actually looked pretty solid. I saw.
And that's about eight, nine guys with double figures on their team. So yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
crazy. And like I said, yeah, Raptors look decent because of the high score. Like you got Olynyk with 14, Barnes 26, RJ 27. But
27, yeah.
yeah, Dick only had 14, and Agbaji better than his four from the previous game. Boucher coming off the bench had 15, but then yeah, you get nothing from a few other players. Actually, there was a bunch of garbage time at the end that I'm looking at here. AJ Lawson actually got in to the game before against the Knicks and scored his first points as a Raptor. I know we were talking about that you coached him. He got into this
Yeah.
game as well and had 6 points. So actually, he looked pretty decent for the couple of minutes he was in there.
In there. Oh yeah, he'll show improve because when he's in the G League, he's like I said, he's averaging like I believe 26 or 25 points a game there. So he could definitely light it up. He's a guy that will get in and give some energy. Defensively, I would love to see everybody on the Raptors turn it up. So I can't just leave that to one person in an aspect.
No, true. So what do you see, AJ Lawson? Like, you think eventually he's a rotation guy? Because that's the other thing. I've been watching these games, and I'm like trying to rack my brain. Where are we going with this team? Like, anyway, just specifically with him.
Yeah, I could see him getting into the rotation, being that
Yeah,
he's 6'7", he's long, he's lanky, and he's very quick. Okay, so I know his hands are always there, and on tranches and then in a transition game, ooh, he fills those lanes very well.
good. All right. Well, yeah. Hey, I'd love to see it because there are some places we can still upgrade. Like I love the story of Jamal Shed, but you know what I mean, getting a different guy in there once quickly comes back, and then we end up with Davion Mitchell as the real backup guard. Maybe Battle sees less minutes and AJ gets in, taking some of his spots. I don't know. So today we are playing the Atlanta
Atlanta
Hawks.
Hawks.
Yes, which is always I hate Trey Young coming in. He seems to thrive against the Raptors. He's probably going to put up 45 or something against us tonight. Um,
I think
but
everybody thrives when they see the Raptors. I think that everybody salivates when they see our. I don't know what it is. I
yeah,
think they like dinosaur meat or something. Jeez.
I know we should be the ones. But anyway, we'll get there.
That's right. We should be clawing away, but we're not clawing for some reason.
Yes, yes, I know. It's brutal. And then looking at the injury report, I mean, okay, Bruno Fernando's out. That's not that huge of a loss, but we've got no Davion Mitchell again. It seems like sorry, he's questionable. Bruce Brown is definitely out. Some trade rumors popping up again with him, which is interesting. I don't know if we're keeping him out on purpose to show that or to
When
not
he's
show that
healthy, good to go for somebody else, that would be a good dude. That would
uh,
definitely look good.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, why don't we put him in to show that he can play? And it's almost like we're doing the opposite. We're trying to not put him in so that we remind people that he's actually not as good as maybe the legend of the Denver Nugget version of Bruce Brown that won the championship. Anyway, and then Jacoby Walter out still day to day. The one that's really killing us, I think, Pirtle out. And then Jamal Shed is day to day. And of course, sorry, Emmanuel quickly is also killing us, but he hasn't been there all season. So um, he's,
It's just a shame for that one, eh? Because like
yeah.
the drop seems so simple, but that's how it goes sometimes, man. The last straw could break that camel's back, and that's what it looked like it happened there.
Yes,
Jeez.
yeah, to quickly, yeah. But the Hawks, there is some hope. So Hawks have Dyson Daniels out. He's been one of the best defensive guys going. Larry Nance Jr. is also out for them. Bogdanovich is not playing. So some of their guys, Kobe Buffkin also is out. So maybe there's some hope, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
You think
Uh,
what do we do
yeah,
against them?
I think today, like you said, I think today's a 50-50 chance. It's Sunday, any given day, I say. And right now, like you said, we're down, I think, 0-9. I'd love to say 9-0. We're down 0-9, so why not? If there's a game to take, make it be the Hawks.
Yes, Any Given Sunday. Good reference. Good movie. Um, although it does, anyway, there's that one locker room scene where, yeah, anyway, if you haven't seen it, go check that out. All right, so yeah, Atlanta Hawks. I'm going to say I believe we can beat the Hawks because my animosity towards Trae Young is great enough that I'm willing to put it on the line. And I say we win tonight because also the losing's getting bad. We're on a 9-game losing streak, as we were talking about just before we hit record. And yeah, we got to stop the bleeding. I mean, it's getting painful, or we're going to have
And
to
and,
be.
and and our lineup is not going to get any easier. Next we have after that, I believe, is Boston, and then I'll be at the Brooklyn game on the New Year's Day. So yeah,
Yeah, Boston. I think we could probably both agree that we don't really have a shot unless somehow, Jaylen Brown and Tatum and Porzingis, if none of those guys play,
yeah.
possibly.
They limit their minutes. They'll limit their minutes. Why not? They got a game to give, so why not give it to us?
Yeah, sure. Actually, maybe right. They need a rest. They need to mail it in, and that's a funny one. That's on. Oh, I guess that's New Year's Eve.
That's not, New Year's Eve. That's a New Year's Eve game. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just looking. It's a 3 p.m. start on a Tuesday. So. Hmm.
yeah.
All right, that'll be interesting. Fun to watch anyway. Nice to get those early games where nothing's going on in the afternoon and you can just veg and watch a Raptor game. You're going to be at the Brooklyn game, so I think we need to have a comeback win against Brooklyn. I mean, it was embarrassing. Anytime, oh my gosh, what his name? How did it just jump out of my mind? Ben Simmons. Anytime Ben Simmons is doing things against your team, it's kind of embarrassing after what happened with Philly and that whole.
And I keep telling you, I was gonna not mention his name because I didn't
Oh,
want to wake
sorry.
him up because we woke him up last time. But since you brought the cat out the bag, yes, we do need to seek revenge against him because he went off. He even hit, like I said, and one free throw. Like,
Yeah.
really, Ben Simmons? But yes, it'll be nice to take back one from them for sure.
Yeah, all right. So good luck. I hope that that happens, and it's always nice to have a victory when you're there in person too. So I hope that you're able to experience that because, and I'm sorry that I jinxed the game. I didn't mean to. Oh, we should have
No
canceled
way. There's no more. I don't think there's no more things you could do to the Raps that they can't do to
it.
themselves right now. So
That's true. And then yeah, and then we got Orlando on Friday. A pretty busy week this week with 4 games, but
4 games, yeah.
I mean, I guess if Bencaro doesn't play, we have a shot. But I hate again Orlando. Even with Houston coming out, I know I keep saying this, but it's just a theme in my mind. I wonder if Raptors fans feel the same. You guys should comment down below if you care at all when a Jalen Green from Scotty Barnes' draft class comes in and outshines him in a game, especially with him having won Rookie of the Year. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone's like, oh, maybe if we redrafted now, we would still continue to pick Green ahead of Barnes. And then with Suggs, with Orlando, I feel the same way. I'm always like, oh man, I hate Suggs. And I know he's got the chip on his shoulder when he plays the Raptors that, oh, you guys didn't draft me. Watch, I'm going to drop 30 and freaking have
Yeah,
seven
you got it. You
head
got it.
assists. And
It's one of those things like, hey, remember you were supposed to give me a little more money and you didn't want to, so hold this. Right.
yeah,
So
exactly. So I hope that doesn't happen again. Um, All right, well, I guess yeah, we'll be watching the wonderful Atlanta Hawks today at 6 p.m. So again, nice early game. Um, I don't know, you got any other comments you want to crowbar in here before we exit?
yeah, just once again, like, subscribe, comment. Okay, he usually says it, but I'm telling you now. Come on, give us something, people. Give us some little feedback and just give us a thumbs up. It doesn't hurt. 10 seconds. I know you guys are on your IG and your WhatsApp and your whatever. Takes you 2 seconds.
Yeah, and yeah, please subscribe, and of course, good thing to crowbar in here because we're at what, not very many subscribers. It would be great to get to like 50. That would be excellent if we could do that, in the next month or two. All right, wonderful. Well, I guess we're out. Good luck, Raptors. I'm saying 50. I'm saying 2 wins this week, and my fingers will be crossed. And I think we seem to be aligned on that.
You got it. I think we'll go 2-2. So let's see if the Raptors actually pull it off.
Yeah, I think
And
the harder one
folks,
would
if
be Atlanta. I hope they're motivated to beat Brooklyn. And all right, well, hey, thanks for watching this far. You guys are the best, and we'll see you next week for
Happy New Year.
Head Swag, I'm Slang. We're out, and thanks for watching. Go Raps.